Hey, I'm Zachary and I am going around the world in 80 days with my father, and I'm sharing my experience with you. And welcome back on the show to World Toilets India Edition. Now check this thing out. So this looks like a normal toilet, but it comes with this thing. Now look at this. What's that all about? You know? I have absolutely no clue. You just use your imagination. We'll be back next week. Okay, so I'm here in Old Delhi, and driving here is ridiculous. Right now I'm on a rickshaw, and got a guy here pedaling me around, which is a lot of fun, but driving here is insane. People just walk out in the middle of the street and rely on the benevolence of the driver to not just hit them. In fact, our driver actually did hit someone with his mirror. He just rolled down the window, pushed his mirror back out, and kept going. Didn't even stop. This place is ridiculous. Okay, I did not anticipate the degree to which being white was going to make me stand out in this place, but I get stared at by everybody. Like right now, everybody's just staring at me. And add to the mix a really nice camera, and it gets a little bit dicey. A few days ago, I had two guys follow me through the market. It's quite an experience here. Okay, so a few notes on India. First of all, this is not the safest place I've ever been, and not just because I stand out so much wherever I go. Like, little kids will freak out when they see me because they're like, oh my gosh, it's a white guy. And at the Taj Mahal, like 20 people wanted to take their picture with me, which was weird. So not just because of that though, it's just not the safest feeling place in the world. For example, I have to go through security whenever I come in and out of the hotel, and when I came in with my bags, they have to go in through another door after going through an x-ray machine. So that's pretty interesting. Also, the poverty here is unbelievable, and it's not like poverty in the States where like it's bad but not horrible. Here it's like it is abject poverty and unlike anything I've ever seen, and it just goes on and on. We went through the slums here in Delhi, and they just seem endless, and it's a pretty horrible living standard. Okay, so when I was in Japan, I commented on the quality of service, but I also on how there was a culture of subservience. That is true here in India to the 10th power, to where, first of all, the service is amazing, but where people, and I think it's a holdover from the caste system, which isn't really in place in the same way that it used to be, but there's still remnants of it, to where people who are in service roles will like literally bow before you, and it's really uncomfortable. But a quick comment on the service and how amusing it becomes. Yesterday I went to the restroom, and when I went to wash my hands, a guy ran over and turned on the water for me, picked up the soap bottle to put soap in my hands, and then was waiting with a towel to dry my hands for me. And it gets to the point where you're like, okay, you know what, I think I can turn on the water for myself. But it's a pretty fascinating culture. Also, I meant to mention this earlier, but I actually did a vlog at the Taj Mahal, and security came and like surrounded me and whatnot, and they made me delete it, and they took my microphone, and it was like, I got detained for like 30 minutes, and it was really intense, but it ended with us becoming friends and getting a picture taken with them, so that was kind of a fun experience. Okay, so whenever people greet each other in India, they do this, and it means like namaste or whatever, but whenever they do it to me, I always freeze up, and I'm supposed to do it back, but I always just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do, and I just stare at them, and then eventually like sheepishly wave. But the last couple times I've actually like done this, and I think that felt more uncomfortable, so I feel like the art of greeting in India is just one I will never master.